Okay, I'm going to talk to you guys real briefly about the Alesis Nitro Mesh Kit versus the Simmons Titan 50. This is what I'm currently rocking, is the Simmons Titan 50. I've had both of them within the last 3 years. I have the expansion pack currently, which comes with an extra crash and an extra tom that I paid extra for. I kept the Alesis pedal. I like that one better than the Simmons pedal back there. And I kept the pad as well, the kick pad. Sometimes I get like a little double kick action going. But you can actually do that through your hi-hat pedal. I have a video on that as well. Anyway, so when I bought the Alesis Nitro, or the Alesis mesh kit, Alesis Nitro mesh kit, I paid, I want to say around $350, and then I think I paid around $380 for this, but this was on sale. But they're pretty comparable in price. You are going to pay a little bit more for the Simmons Titan 50, but not considerably more. I would say between 50 to 100, and if you can find it on sale, I think I got mine on like one of the holiday sales they run, but any of their holiday sales at Guitar Center are great, and you can find these. You can get the Simmons Titan 50 down to about what you'll usually pay for the Alesis Nitro mesh kits, but you can, at that time, usually you can also get the Alesis Nitros cheaper as well. I think you can get them down to almost like $300. So I've played the crap out of both of them, and what I will say is they're both great kits. I've enjoyed both of them. I've watched videos myself on guys comparing them, and usually they're kind of torn between what the better choice is as well. But everybody that I've watched always leans towards the one right behind me, the Simmons Titan 50. And there's just a few reasons that I think it really upholds its value. And overall, like, durability. The sound and everything's pretty comparable. Now, one thing I will say, I tend to like the computer head more on the Alesis Nitro because there's just more options. Seemed like there was more flexibility in the kits. It was just an easier system for me to understand. It's taken me longer to get used to the Simmons Titan 50. Now, I don't remember, they probably do now, but at the time when I bought the Alesis Nitro, I don't think it offered Bluetooth. The Simmons Titan 50 offers Bluetooth, which is a game changer, but I just always ran an aux cable through my phone with the Alesis Nitro, so I didn't even really ever think of it, but, it's nice to have the Bluetooth. I could do an aux cable, it's not a big deal for me, but I guess a lot of phones now don't even, like my wife's phone doesn't even have an aux cable anymore, so, or an auxiliary port. So, one of the things I loved about the Alesis Nitro was the background songs. It had like 50 kits, and each kit had its own background song. This one only has 25, no, it only has, 25 kits, and then it has 10 custom kits that you can make, however. You had a lot more flexibility and a lot more kits on the Alesis Nitro. And each kit had a background song that you could play along to, which I just loved. I mean, they were just little loops. They only went maybe 30 seconds and then repeated, but I had like a little beat for almost every single background song on there for all 50 of them, and that's how much I played that thing. And I love that because sometimes I just, I'm in between breaks at work or whatever, and I don't have time to, set my phone up and find a song, and I just want to play along to something real quick. On the Simmons Titan 50, unfortunately, there's just, they have a background song, but it's like one background song, and it's like a demo. It just goes from, like, hard rock to metal to funk, and then it just ends, and it's like, I don't know, it's just weird. I've played it a couple times, but it's just weird. So you always have to hook up your own phone and run your own backing track, which is not a big deal. That's what people usually do, but I really got used to using the background songs. Now, the other thing I want to talk about, and this is the game changer. This is why, well, there's a few reasons, but one of the big reasons I would say too is the snare. You get a 10-inch snare. This is the toms, to give you an idea. You get a 10-inch snare. Now, the 8-inch toms is the same size as the 8-inch snare on the Alesis Nitro. And so on the Simmons Titan 50, they gave you a 10-inch snare, which is awesome. You're going to be less likely to accidentally do rim shots and stuff. Now, the other game changer of the Simmons Titan 50 that makes you kind of ignore the background music and ignore the, you know, the less flexibility in the overall drum sounds is a snare, and then this, hit my ring on it, this thick drum racket that the drums sit on. Okay, that thing is durable. It is very easily movable. It's right here to right here, and I can just move it however I want. Oh, I think I unplugged my light. But that thing is, like, I would say probably 2/3 thicker or 1/3 thicker than the bracing kit that they put on the Nitro mesh. That thing just wears out after a while. I mean, if you're playing drums, you're literally beating on it. So after a while, those parts in the bracing kit that holds the drums, after a while, that's gonna bend down. It's gonna not uphold it right. It's gonna, you know, you're gonna have a lot of moving and things like that. And when you're hitting your kick, you know, your whole kit just starts to shake after a while because there's no stability left in that thing. And they really put a lot more durability in building this thing. They just made it more thick. It's a better metal that they use. I think it's still aluminum, but it's just a better quality aluminum and plastic, and it's just like when you feel it, like you can tell it's way thicker and way, I wouldn't say heavier necessarily, but just that thing is, it can take a beating like an acoustic kit, you know, and it doesn't move around on you. It's just more stable. And that's really the game changer, because that's actually the reason I had to get out of the Alesis Nitro. The mesh heads were holding up fine, you know. I think I broke through like one of them, but I just, you know, just went down to like a 4-piece kit or whatever. But after a while, my snare drum just kept falling, and the brace that held it was stripped. I mean, that thing was just done. You know, I had to put something under it to hold my snare, and that thing was, you know, I'm not playing like Lars, but sometimes, you know, and so that thing was just, you know, done. And toms kept falling, the cymbals wouldn't stand at level, and I was just like, when I would play, I was more frustrated than anything. And it still had a little life in it, but I just got so pissed. I was constantly having to mess with that thing and tighten it, and I just threw it away one night. A couple months later, I went and bought this thing, and, you know, I've had it for over a year now, and it's just been great. I know this thing's going to take a beating for a few more years, and probably outlast the Alesis Nitro, I would say, by probably a few more years. I didn't even buy a warranty on this. I bought a pretty hefty warranty on my Alesis Nitro, and it expired, and you know, and then I was like, well, I don't even think I'll need one on this, because, you know, by the time you get to that point, you know, I'll be looking at another kit anyway. So yeah, if it were me, I would go Simmons Titan 50. If you need, if you really gotta pinch $100 and you can't, go the extra $50 or $100, whatever it is, in your area to get the Simmons Titan 50, the Alesis Nitro is a great kit. I can't say, it's not a great kit. It's a great kit. Especially for somebody like me. I don't play drums a whole lot anyway. But if you're looking for something to kind of grow with, the Simmons Titan 50 would be better. You're going to have a lot longer time with it, and it's just a more durable kit that you're going to be able to beat the crap out of. And that's the whole point of drums. I don't care what anybody tells you. Alright, thanks for tuning in. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. If I have an answer, I'll leave an answer. Y'all have a great night.